Okay, this should be fun. Hands are rubbed together excitedly. It's a rear-wheel drive sport coupe painted candy apple red. It's sleek, slinky, and uniquely styled. It's from the same folks who, in the 2000s, finally showed that BMW could be matched in the whole sport sedan, coupe game. Oh, and it has 400 horsepower. 400. With a 4. And yet the 2017 Infiniti Q60 underwhelms. What looks so good on paper instead is rather conflicted, stuck somewhere in no man's land between the traditional expectations of a performance sport coupe and those of comfier, more luxurious cruisers that isolate and pamper their occupants. It's a serious effort with serious engineering and a clear desire to be innovative, but at least in the range-topping red sport model we tested, it fails to come together in a way that truly excites or indulges. A great coupe should do one or the other, and ideally both. To explain, let's start under the hood, where Infiniti's all-new VR Series 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6 makes its second appearance after debuting in the Q60's four-door sibling, the Q50. In the Q60 Silver Sport model, it produces 300 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque courtesy a pair of turbochargers that create 8.7 pounds per square inch of boost. In the Red Sport, the knob is turned up to 14.7 pounds per square inch, resulting in the oh-so-salivatory magic number of 400 horsepower along with 350 pounds-to-foot of torque. A device known as an optical turbo speed sensor, special to the Red Sport, manages and maintains that extra boost, while an electric motor fitted to the valve timing system serves to quell any loss in throttle response due to forced induction. The Red also gets a second water-cooled intercooler, which, in both models, is distinctive for its more compact size, shorter airflow path, and, according to Infiniti, a resulting reduction in turbo lag and more immediate engine response. It's certainly a clear improvement on the somewhat rough 3.7-liter VQ V6 it replaces, which increasingly felt and sounded a little out of place in a luxury car. The new VR30 DTT, as it's so eloquently named, is buttery smooth and indeed responsive, likely capable of convincing luxury car owners used to naturally aspirated V6s that everything's business as usual. Honestly, its character is reminiscent of a silky Honda V6. In some respects, that's a great thing. In others, it's where the Q60 starts to fall flat. Pin the throttle and the Red Sport shoots forward without much fuss. There's a subdued engine note with a tiny bit of Nissan GT-R jet-like whir, but it's just too quiet and not especially exciting. There is virtually no exhaust noise, which is all the more disappointing since the original G35 and its distinctive exhaust could be identified a mile away. We're not suggesting Infiniti adopt a wake the neighbor's Jaguar F-Type sound here, but when a sport coupe has 400 horsepower, there should be some more audio to drive home the point. Even the acceleration is uninspired. Infiniti estimates the Q60 Red Sport AWD will sprint from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 5 seconds flat. If so, that's a bit slower than the BMW 440i that produces only 320 horsepower and 332 pounds-to-foot of torque. So what's going on? Well, the Red Sport does weigh about 200 pounds more, at 3,862 pounds, but it doesn't seem like that should make that much of a difference. Maybe it's the response or gearing of the 7-speed automatic transmission versus BMW's 8-speed? Somewhere, the Q60 loses pace, and even before we started crunching the above numbers, the Red Sport just didn't feel like a car with 400 horsepower. Yes, it's